And boom, monkeys, we are live. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel with Tacos and KimChi, episode numero 15. Hit it, Twinksters. All right, get this, monkeys. We're about to cover a lot of fucking shit. Me and Twinkie couldn't stop talking about the shit we got to cover, man. A lot of data's coming down the pikes, and we got a bunch of shit to cover, including what's going on with the new Bitcoin conference. And shout out to the first person in the chat, my amigo, Moonpill Rational Optics. Boom, first in the chat. Shout out to you, amigo. Shout out to you, man. What's going on with you, Twinksters? What's going
just
on
still embracing the daytime grind. Is getting some painting done out on. I got a 3-season room, and the in-wall AC out there failed, and so just given the age of the house, it's not like same-sized construction. So I had to retrofit some stuff and do some patching, sanding, painting, all those wonderful things that goes with being a homeowner up here. I mean, I guess I could have paid somebody to do it, but look, I look at charts and like read Telegram and look at Twitter, and I read different things for work, like certain medical things or IS or IT things and whatever. It's very abstract, right? So I'm like, oh, I get to friggin' swing a hammer, use a saw, smash some shit, right? I'm probably going to, take a swing at it and make some things happen. So yeah, that's what's going on today, man. And then of course, playing with the dog. How about yourself, Boogie? What's good with you?
Dude, I picture you on a fucking ladder, bro. Just fucking doing all this shit all day long in a fucking big ass house, dude.
I do have like a 30-foot ladder that I was using a few weeks back to repair some siding, actually up on the second floor up here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But, increasingally my latter days are getting behind me. It's just that one, as I get older, I'm like, it's just not worth it.
So Twinkie, of course, everybody daydreams every now and then. I was thinking, all right, man, let's say I make, not to say this is going to happen, bro. Let's say fucking Pulse Chain gets to about 33 cents, bro. That's
my God.
$60 million, bro. That's a lot that's a lot of dinero, bro. I was thinking, would I get a 2-story house? And I'm like, nah, man. I'm going to get old, bro. I don't want to go up the stairs and move shit. So fuck that. I'll stick to the 1-story houses, bro. What I'm saying?
It depends, I think, on if it's going to be like your forever home or not, and are you going to handle the maintenance or not. Also, there is something that's said, I think, for like being forced to rise to the challenge, right? Like, would you move better in old age if you were forced to go up and down stairs, to carry shit up and down stairs, to swing the hammer, to balance on the railing, to do all those things? I would argue yes. Now, you want to do it within reason, but I'm going to argue it makes you like, it just makes you a better human.
Yeah, I concur, man. But I mean, you're right about that, Twinkie. Depends how mobile we are and things. I know you do some of that hardcore shit.
Yes, sir.
And I stick to the boxing so I can keep freaking moving. My best friend, he used to be big time into bodybuilding, bro, and he was approaching his mid-40s, and I was like, dude, homie, you're not making dinero off bodybuilding, dude, and your muscles are gonna get fucking stuck, especially moving heavy weight. And then he wouldn't get any massages or anything like that, bro. He wouldn't stretch out a lot. I'm like, dude, you're gonna stay stuck, homie. You may want to pick a workout that's a little bit more mobile for us at our age, bro.
Yeah, look, in a lot of the bodybuilding community, right, wrong, and different, it's not a moral judgment. It's just an observational thing, right? A lot of them are on PEDs. I think they certainly train hard, work hard. I think most of us are probably better served trying to be overall more athletic than just be one thing. And hey, no hate on those who put up mega numbers in the gym or anything like that. And I think something is better than nothing.
Absolutely.
But certainly, right, like stronger beings are generally more resilient and harder to kill in nature in a variety of ways. That said, I think there is something to be said for like movement quality and movement skill. I think we might have talked about this on stream once or twice, but I think one of the reasons people get really fucked up when they get older and they fall down is you fall down a lot as a kid learning how to walk. And then one day you stop falling down. And arguably the next time you do fall down is probably like significant fall down, right? Okay, everyone periodically like trips over the crack in the sidewalk or some shit. But I mean, like genuinely fall down. I mean, you probably remember those commercials, right? Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Right? Like, falling well and falling safely is a skill. And that's part of the reason I do some of the parkour stuff, at least once a week on that, is so I don't forget how to fall.
I agree, man. I agree, bro. And a lot of combat sports or a lot of defensive classes and things of that nature, they do teach you, man, how to fall correctly, bro.
Yep.
You can try to fall correctly, but let us submit facts to a candid world, bro. You have to practice freaking falling so you know how to freaking fall.
It's a skill. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
man. Doing it once or twice a year, bro, in a defensive tactics class or some shit is not enough, bro. You literally need to get a mat, a thicker mat, and learn how to fucking
got to
fall.
take those bumps. Sad but true.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I mean, look at freaking Sleepy Joe, bro. How many times that cat fallen, bro?
Yeah.
Shitload of times, homie.
Yeah. And you know, he's lucky it hasn't been catastrophic.
Yeah, you're right, bro. You're absolutely right. Well, let us go ahead and acknowledge the people in the chat, bro. Of course, we have my amigo Smooth Brain. Hit it, Boogie. Prime up the pump. Mr. Fast Abdul, tell me your secrets.
Hey, what's going on, Fast Abdul? Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Guy's active in all the chats. Like I turn around, like any Pulse Chain chat, he's in the DRT chat. I think he's in the Citadel chat. Shout out to the Camel Clan. Like I turn around, I see that dude's name popping up everywhere.
Yeah, man. Freaking. Well, and shout out to DCC, man. DCC just had a kid, bro. I think Moon Gang's live tonight, bro. Make sure you cats tell him that you came over from the Tacos and KimChi show, man. And congratulate. I think his kid's name is Michael. That's what he mentioned on stream.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We got my amigo Large and in charge. Smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the chat. Mr. Freaking Large and in charge is correct. I'll keep dropping alpha for you cats as long as you guys keep giving me freaking likes, man. I got 16 people in the chat. I would like to get 16 likes. We got my new amigo Pulse Chain Alt Coin Talk. Thoughts on Donald Trump on PLS. Hands and DCC said it's a killer chart. It's the one that ends in 2 ECE. Now, be advised, man, anything freaking Donald Trump right now, bro, is probably going to run pretty damn hard, unless it's a freaking rug token. It's funny you mentioned that Pulse Chain Altcoin Talk, because I saw one called Kamala. Dude, it was a rug. It was literally a fucking rug, dude. We got my amigo Ivan Ramirez also mentioning been a Trump holder. I mean, if we got time, we'll check it out, man. If we got time, we do have a shitload of freaking tokens to cover today, man. But we can't move forward without giving a shout out to my amigo Damien. Damien, what happened, bro? You were always the first person in the chat. Moonpill smoked you today, dog. Did you just get a wrench and run? Shout
Smash
out
and dash.
Just turn notifications on to your page, so I'm late to the stream. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, bro. Justice Washington. Joe Biden coins tanked today. Oh yeah, Joe Biden. That one freaking ended up dumping pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm sure it got nuked.
Yeah, bro. Fuck, dude. Yeah, bro. That's what happens, bro. That's what happens, bro. Let us move on to the motherfucking memes. I got a couple memes today, and we can go with the conspiracy theory memes. But Twinksters, last freaking cycle, they said we were conspiracy theorists. How many of those conspiracies turned out to be true, bro?
Yes.
Shit fucking load, bro. So
yeah,
that leads us to our next meme, son. You wanted to mention something, Twinksters?
I would say, just give it a few weeks to a few years, you'll be proven right. Just sit tight.
Dude, shout out to Alex Jones, bro.
This Jesus.
This guy's been on point, bro.
Hey, and like being found guilty, and they're saying Alex Jones owes those people $1 billion. Well, hey man, them's the rules. Everyone who said Trump faked his assassination, they got to pay up. Them's the rules.
All right, dude. You mentioned freaking faked assassination, bro. Let's talk about this, Twinkie, before we go on to this meme. That is the topic I did want to talk about, and I'm glad you brought it up, bro. It was almost virtually impossible, bro, to fake that dude. That dude would have needed a fucking MSAS rifle from freaking Knights Armor to pull that off, bro. If anything, it looked like they were running a freaking cheapy ass AR-15, bro. And a cheapy ass AR-15, you get about what, 3 of them away, bro? Ballpark. So if you push that out to about 160 yards, you're talking about a 4-inch radius of possibilities where you can end up fucking up. How the hell are you gonna pull it off, bro, and just hit the fucking ear, bro? Impossible.
Yeah. Nobody's taking that chance. Let's be serious here,
dude. I mean, I'm a gun nut, bro, so I know a little bit about ballistics, bro. Trust me, dude. The cat would have had to been running a precision fucking rifle with extensive amounts of fucking training, and from what I'm seeing, this cat didn't have that type of training at all, Twinsters. I'm saying.
Yeah, load of shit. That's all it is. All right. Now that I derailed us from the memes, we can get back to meming our way through life.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. All right. Let's hit this shit up, bro. What do you got?
Buddy, this is like your 4th time this week. What do you want to know about? You want to talk about how JFK had a bunch of mistresses? I don't want the surface shit. I want you to go deep. Okay, you want to figure out why JFK was assassinated? Because he figured out that the CIA was trying to run the entire country with blackmail? You want to talk about how the CIA controls almost every country's politicians and celebrities? That all the bad shit in the world is basically coming from the same source, and they're able to control people who would ordinarily not be this evil, but because they're being compromised and blackmailed so much, they're afraid of losing everything. They are extraordinarily evil, which is why you're not going to be able to get it to stop unless you bring down the whole freaking thing. Is that what you want to hear? You hate sleeping? You really want to come out of the shell and realize that nobody's allowed to just be cool and awesome like all your buddies were in school because everybody's controlled at the top of every fucking organization? Because if they're not, they just get replaced by something that is. You thought your favorite actor got that role in that movie because he was the best actor for the job? No. They met with him in the back room, recorded him making out with a 15-year-old and have blackmail on him and made him commit to Satan for 18 years. Then they gave him the platform because now he's controllable. But Robert De Niro's such a good father figure. You think Taylor Swift, Walmart, and the MLB all have the exact same very specific opinion about political ideas? You're sweet, sweet, sweet little idiot.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Dude, that's the way it goes, Twixters.
All right. Yeah, let's I got some comments. I'm just trying to hold off here. We can rip through the memes here. I know we got plenty to talk about. It's a spicy week. It's a spicy week. National Ice Cream Day, I heard.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's check out the next one, Twinkie. Let's bro. Let's see what we got next, man.
What you
This is funny, bro.
What, puppy?
What you doing?
What are you eating?
Usa.
What are you gonna feed it?
Yes, papiringo. ¿Está chingón?
Very good.
Cruz.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. These Mexican freaking hard laborers, bro, kissing the boss's ass, dude. Oh my goodness, bro. All right, we gotta go with this one, Twiggy. All right, and we'll call it a day. This is it. Honey, no political debates at the family dinner. Please. Me.
They took a shot at my hero. And they tried to kill the next president of the United States. Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
That's one for you, Twinkie. Trumpomania, bro. I haven't heard about that shit in a while, dude.
That press con, or not the press conference, the RNC, the convention, actually stayed up and caught most of the president's speeches. You know, it's typically, you know me, man. After a certain point in time, I just like gotta crash and like get ready for the morning. But I thought he did was a bit more subdued. I thought he was clearly going off script here or there and weaving in just himself, right, and his humor and whatever else. I think he had a comment to the effect of like, "Oh, I like this chart. It's a great chart. Last time I looked at it, I didn't really get a chance to see it, but I like it." It was the chart he was looking at when he turned his head, and then it's arguably the chart that saved his life in the grand scheme of things. Quite the turnout for that. So. I guess, in the grand scheme of things, I was reading basically the shooter took a shot at Trump, but ended up taking out Biden effectively.
Yeah. You're right, bro. It did. As far as the polls go, bro, because, dude, that guaranteed him his win, bro, as long as he freaking survives till then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's all Montel Jordan's fault. Oh, sorry, Montel Williams. Wrong Montel.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Montel used to... date, or I guess like was his side chick or whatever. Kamala was his side chick. You can go, like, seriously, you can pull up some old photos. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. I'll throw it up on Twitter here shortly.
Yeah, bring that up, bro. Bring that up, man. All right, monkeys. I know you guys are dying to go into the fucking boring ass Bitcoin chart, man. I mean, of course, we want to continue talking about fucking Donald Trump memes, bro, and doggone and fucking conspiracy theories, bro. But we got to move on to business because this is somewhat of not financial advice, but a finance channel in a way. You know what I'm saying?
We are an edutainment station for your crypto.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, for your crypto info, fiat manipulation questions. Edutainment.
Edutainment. And we can go with that, man. Edutainment, son. All right. First chart of the day, monkeys. We are talking about Bitcoin. Current value 67,864. You could see that we're doing a little bit of an Elliott wave pump within an Elliott wave. You know what I'm saying? And I just noticed this right now, man. Look at this shit. Where is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Here we go. Boom. Boom. Dip down here. Boom. And we're currently on wave 3, about to go into price discovery, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm seeing here in the immediate time frame. Of course, then there would be let's say this runs all the way up to what? $76,000. We would pull back and then do a final wave 5, continue into price discovery. Of course, this is not guaranteed. This is only assumption, bro, that this is the way the Elliott wave chart dumps. Now, if we end up dumping all the way to the downside, of course, it would invalidate this. This is for educational purposes only. As far as the EMA ribbon goes on this bad boy, bro, it is finally starting to flip, Twinksters. See that shit?
Yeah, exciting. I know you've been a long proponent of the EMA ribbon tool. You've been slowly converting me. So you see it flip colors, right? Like it chokes up and flips colors. Yep. So it was tight, then it widened, then it closed up, flip colors, widens. It's closing back up and starting to flip colors again. What does that mean in an EMA ribbon, or in this particular incarnation of the EMA ribbon?
Well, if you look at the chart right here, you can see that the top portion of the EMA ribbon is red, and you can see that it's somewhat fanning out. You guys heard me say this a million times, but for the new people here in the chat that don't understand what exactly I'm showing you, you can see that when it fans out, you start getting volatility in whichever coin you're looking at, and that's exactly what happened at Bitcoin, why we ended up down here to 53,561. Shout out to my amigo, Agent J, the ninja from fucking DGen Roundtables, bro, the TA ninja. And he did cite that we would possibly go down to that price point. And we did. We actually broke past this huge area of support we do have down here. And that comes, of course, from the first portion of Bitcoin cycle top in 2021, man. So it did pan out the way he mentioned it. Shout out to him, bro. Currently, the way Bitcoin's heading and what we're seeing in the EMA ribbon, you're seeing that the EMA ribbon is starting to flip again, kind of like how it did here, and it's about to go yellow on the top side and red to the bottom side. Now, after we cover the Bitcoin chart, Twinkster's going to talk a little bit about freaking the Bitcoin conference that's coming up, and that's probably one of the reasons it's starting to flip, because BTC conference is coming up, and you can see that we're starting to tread to the upside. I'm suspecting that in the AM tomorrow at about in the AM tomorrow, bro, we should start freaking pumping again. We'll probably dip a little bit more. Of course, this last candle you see here is via UTC time. Areas we do have to compromise in the immediate time frame. Of course, we would have to beat the 71,983. I'll hold that for a fucking week, bro, and then we can start going for the all-time high, which was approximately 73,794. And then sky's the limit. I would not be surprised, dude. I would not be surprised that this may be the week we start doing that, man. Or when you start seeing fucking Bitcoin rocketing to the upside. Twinksters, I heard your voice. You wanted to mention something?
Yeah. So I think one of the reasons too, we've, aside from like pumping up into the weekend, obviously, it's been an interesting, let's say, really interesting week. We live in a very strange timeline in the grand scheme of things. We had the RNC convention. Then more recently this weekend, Biden announcing his withdrawal from the presidential race. Word on the street is, well, he certainly endorsed Kamala. I know Obama made a statement. Obama did not endorse Kamala. Obama's language was something to the effect of, I look forward to having a process where we can find the best nominee possible.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing loosely. I can go dig up his exact quote, but that was the gist of it. So like, he didn't come out and say, hey, I'm all for Kamala, which I thought was interesting. And so here's one of the, he's got a Medium article, or was posted to Medium, which is where I read it. And one of the interesting things, I was doing some research today on it. I was like, okay, there's a lot of chatter. Who's going to be the nominee? What can they do? And like on that, Obama's exact language was, we will be navigating uncharted waters in the days ahead. But I have extraordinary confidence that the leaders of our party will be able to create a process from which an outstanding nominee emerges. End quote.
There you go, man. Let's see how it goes with Kamala, bro. I mean, of
So
course.
I think it's got to be her. Here's why. I was doing some reading on campaign finance laws. They've basically, when I was looking at it this morning, the estimation was 90 million. By the end of the day, I was poking around. I think it's closer probably to 200 to 240 mil. If it's anyone but Kamala on the ticket, that 240 mil war chest they built up is effectively null and void. Best they can do is dish it out back to the DNC party and kind of make some smaller shots out to other candidates. If they pick somebody that effectively that's on a, it's a wholly different ticket, then I think best case is maybe 30 mil. Lower estimate I saw was $2,000. Imagine that, you going from 240 down to 2,000. So, not advice for the DNC. I'm sitting there going, look, it's highly, highly probable. It doesn't matter who you drag out. You're going to take a giant L this year for a long list of reasons that you've brought upon yourself. If you think you've got good candidates in the pipeline, do you really want to burn them on a losing year?
Yep, exactly, man. And not only that, bro, Disney had pulled out from sending any more dinero to frickin' Biden's campaign. So there you go, man. And they've already received money from other donors and stuff like that. It would be a logistical nightmare to transfer it over to other frickin' candidates, if anything, man.
I was reading under certain circumstances, they actually have to refund it under certain circumstances. Imagine having to figure that whole mess out and start sending checks and deposits back. So aside from okay, look, I don't want to work hard and I'd rather waste 240 mil. They might not even have the operational mechanics to figure that out. Anyway, so I wanted to quickly acknowledge that because as far as the BTC side of things, it is not that he wasn't going to take the L anyway, but one would argue it's effectively a mortal blow to the Democratic campaign this year. Race isn't over, but it's probably, stick a fork in it. So as far as the BTC conference, though, obviously that's late this week. President Trump is the keynote speaker Saturday, I believe 2 p.m. Central, so 3 Eastern. Trump will be the keynote speaker at the BTC conference. In other kind of tangent related news, I did see that Elon's got some form of laser eyes on his profile today. Yeah, it's blue, so it's a different color shade. Maybe he's just doing it for the patriotic thing. Maybe he's doing it as a general crypto statement or what, kind of ETH statement or who knows what. But basically, there's also some early rumors that Elon is in Nashville. So if the Bitcoin conference is there, Trump is there, that starts to get a little spicy. I'd like to remind the audience that aside from Elon working with cryptocurrencies, Trump obviously having changed his tune over the years. He's had several NFT runs. People have seen his more recent statements on Bitcoin. In the last few weeks, we've also had Michael Dell looking at making a more heavy investment into Bitcoin. People don't realize this, but actually Dell Computers, they were accepting Bitcoin as payment a decade ago. They were pretty early on that train as far as willing to work with cryptocurrencies. Now, I don't know if they stepped away from it for a period of time and they're reaccepting or whatever else, but yeah, back in 2013, 2014, you could pay in Bitcoin. So he's talking about throwing a few billion around in the crypto space. Larry Fink, everyone knows Larry this week, is being floated as Treasury Secretary on that one. And of course, you got Lord Michael Saylor, long may he reign, Sailor Moon on that front, all potentially representing Bitcoin and crypto and or making appearances at the Bitcoin conference. That's 5 really heavy hitters, effectively 5 billionaires all throwing their hat in the ring or pitching and promoting Bitcoin in some way, shape, or form. So I encourage the audience just to think about this. We're all really excited about this, and maybe this is it. This is it. We think things are heating up, right? I know a lot of us really got into the space in 21. There are some folks out there that certainly predate you or I getting involved in this space on that front. So what have we seen over the last couple of years? And stuff is all accelerating. We've seen state adoption, global adoption, political adoption, institutions, mega companies coming on board. We've seen global payment rails. We're seeing tokenization of real world assets and TradFi throwing their hat in the mix. So everything is accelerating on this front. And yeah, fingers crossed, man. Life-changing money coming up on the horizon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely, bro. And then JD Vance, JD Vance is going to be there, bro. He's a big time freaking Bitcoin proponent. He's going to be at the Bitcoin conference as well, bro. Dude, and
my understanding is he's an AVAX top G as well. He's fourth biggest AVAX holder. Yeah.
I did not know that. Well,
yeah. He also used to work for Peter Thiel. So they're I think Peter Thiel hired him years ago.
Dude, we need to get Eric Trump in the Phantom, bro. We need to get Eric Trump in the Phantom, bro. And we need to get freaking the other Trump son. What's the name of the other son? Barron. We need to get that cat into Pulse Chain, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we'll get them all, man, as best we can, on that front. But yeah, hey, PayPal Mafia strikes again.
Yeah, man, dude. If Trump mentions any tiny inkling, bro, of the U.S. dollar possibly being backed by Bitcoin, bro, dude, you're gonna see so many foreign countries invest into this currency, dude. It may be a good idea, bro, that Trump keeps his mouth shut about that, because if he mentions that now, this administration is not going to ape into Bitcoin, bro. They're not. You know what I'm saying? You'd want him to be in office to go ahead in order to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so going back to the D's, what are they going to do? Suddenly pivot and be try to come out as pro crypto now that Biden's stepping back and throw him under the bus in a very public fashion? I don't know. I get the impression Kamala and Elizabeth Warren don't exactly see eye to eye on most things. So who knows? I just don't see them taking that pivot on that front.
Yeah, and here you go, Cats. It's according to Altcoin Daily. Breaking: President Donald Trump may announce a strategic Bitcoin reserve policy for the United States next week at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. So there you go, man. If this rumor is correct, dude, fuck, bro. Get ready. Buckle in, boys. We're going to the moon, man. Not financial advice.
Yeah, you certainly, I want Trump to pump my bags on that one as much as possible, fingers crossed. But let's just look at it through a few different sets of lenses on this front. We know other countries are to varying degrees involved in Bitcoin, but certainly the U.S. is the biggest global economy on that front. And what I love to hear, hey, it's 1% backed as part of the strategic reserve plans or whatever. Sure. Even if it's not strategic reserve, ideally those two words are uttered, over the next week or at the keynote event next weekend. Even if it's, hey, we've decided we want to accumulate this and there is a program, even if it's not the word strategic reserve, by effectively the single largest global overall economy on the face of the planet saying, yeah, we're playing ball, that kicks off a set of game theory where now everyone has to play or be or run the risk of being out on the sidelines with nothing to show for it.
I concur 110%, man. 110%. Dude, this may be the Bitcoin year, homie. This may be the Bitcoin year, Twinsters.
Yeah. So a few other things I encourage people to watch out for this week. It is a really busy week, not just for crypto. Certainly we've got, and I know we'll talk about this on the horizon with a couple of other tokens, but just taking a quick step at major macro events, obviously crazy shit over the last couple of weeks. You've also got the ETH ETFs coming up. We've got that Bitcoin conference. Q2 GDP data is scheduled to be released this week. PCE data. Also, too, I believe roughly 1/5 of the S&P 500 companies are scheduled to report earnings this week. So it is a big, busy week on the macro front.
Yeah, a lot of shit's coming down the pike, bro. And associated to what you mentioned, bro, this is the FOMC chart. Of course, we have our next FOMC meeting on July 31st, and there is a 4.7% chance we're going to get an interest rate cut. But with that stated, man, I do expect Jerome Powell to come out, mention we're not going to get an interest rate cut now, but be very dovish as to which way the market is heading and which way he's going to end up giving us cuts. And of course, if I fast forward this is September 18th, you can see that there is a 91% chance we're going to get our first interest rate cut, man, from 550 to possibly 5.25 to 5.0. Of course, I was thinking, Twinksters, that would be very bullish for us and for our assets, whether it's real estate or whether it's digital assets or if you're owning any type of fucking stocks and shit like that. But note and be aware, monkeys, if they cut interest rates, bro, that means big companies are going to start reinvesting back into the U.S. market, which means there's going to be more money in circulation, which entails that the cost of everything is going to go up, including gas, including freaking groceries, including freaking things that you need for everyday life. Be advised, monkeys, things are going to go up. Now, one of the things that Donald Trump did mention, along with J.D. Vance, it's been floated around that they want to end up abolishing the whole income tax return thing and replace it with tariffs. And one of the ways Donald Trump mentioned he wanted to cut on the cost of everything at the grocery store was to effectively drill, baby, drill. And what he meant by that is by making us energy independent again, the cost to produce food for the farmers and the cost to produce goods for the people producing them will be effectively more cheap. So that's where you end up getting your freaking price cuts on a lot of the things that are overpriced right now. Now, I'm sure you monkeys remember freaking 4 years ago, some dog food would cost you a certain amount. You can only buy freaking 2/3 of it with the same amount of money you did 4 years ago. So food for thought, cats. I like the idea.
Yeah, and that went a couple different ways too, right? We definitely saw some level of shrinkflation, right? The packaging stayed the same and there was less stuff in it, or the packaging size changed, right? But no matter what, you were getting less effectively on your dollar.
I concur. 155%, man. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Ethereum chart. Twinkie, is there anything you wanted to add to that?
No, that's the big ones. Again, keep your eyes peeled, folks, for just a bunch of macro-related news coming out this week. A lot of big numbers getting posted up by, again, roughly 1/5 of the S&P 500 companies. ETH ETF, Bitcoin conference. Keep your eyes on the charts. I do want to acknowledge there was a question there from Moonpilled on that front. He's got, he's got a last good bag of dry powder. Any good dips coming up? I was kind of talking with this about Boogie off camera. I've been aggressively DCAing over the last few days. One of the things I encourage you to look at is take a look at your average cost basis currently and what your price targets are on a few things. And then, okay, like where do you think you're going to go between here and there? And also too, what is the current price versus what you think that target number will be? So if I do like current price versus future target and ballparking in some level of inflation or buy and burn or whatever, I might sit there and go, hey, if I put, $1,000 on this, it only looks like it's maybe got a 3 to 5x in it, but maybe you're looking for something more stable, and that's totally cool. Versus, hey, one of the tokens we're going to look at, it's got some solid potential if it can even go to like half of its old all-time high. If it sets a new all-time high, we're balling. But look at some of those different multiples, and that'll help you kind of figure out where you can potentially put some funds. Not financial advice. I'm probably going to ape this week. Quite frankly, I'm probably going to ape. I think it's getting time to just send it. And my personal attitude is, okay, like let's say Bitcoin moves around, 10 grand. For me, if I'm like, playing for 120, 150 grand, and I think that's on the table, then I'm not going to get too bent out of shape about it. It's just a matter of time horizon. If it's obviously don't invest what you're not ultimately willing to lose. Make sure it's money you don't need tomorrow. It's not part of your emergency fund, all those wonderful things. All right, I'll shut up now.
I get you, Twinkie. I get you, man. Don't worry about it, Moonpill. We're going to cover some tokens, but mind you, bro, this is not financial advice. And ape at your own risk, my friend. Ape at your own risk. We are going to cover some tokens, including a new one, an interesting one Mr. Twinkster's found. Since he's a fundamental analyst, he gets to come across all this shit. So, moving on to the next chart, we're going to cover a little bit of Ethereum. Ethereum is not as boring as Bitcoin, but I'm excited to go check out the Solana chart, bro, if anything. This is currently what we're looking at Ethereum, man, doing. Ethereum has been pumping up. I don't want to, fuck it, I'll draw it again, bro. You could see that we're on a little bit of an Elliott wave sequence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Elliott wave 3, we would have to compromise our all-time high of about 40.92 ballpark, and then we would be somewhat into price discovery, and then there would be a little bit of a pullback. Of course, if that's the way it plays out for this Elliott wave. Now, one of the things I did super chat Charlie one time was like, dog, I'm seeing Elliott wave after Elliott wave after Elliott wave. And mind you, in this part of the bull run, and I'm sure you can concur with me with this, Swingsters, we've never been in this part of the bull run. This is the first time I've ever been in this part of the bull run. The last time I got into crypto, bro, I was already approaching the top, and that was in 2021. So This is new charted territory for us. But the badass thing is that we are part of the Moon Gang. And make sure you monkeys get into the Citadel, bro. That is a great group to find out what's going on. Now, me, I drive a lot, bro. I'm always going from point A to point B. I'm busy with my real estate and other occupation that I got to take care of. So Twinksters is pretty active there. Make sure you guys hit up Twinkie up there. He's always dropping knowledge and data. And I'll try to help you guys out as well. As long as I can end up parking and send you guys a text. Mind you, I have mornings. I can't park 35 times in a day because I do get a shitload of messages. But it is what it is. And this is the way Ethereum seems like it's going. If we activate our EMA ribbon, you can clearly see that a lot like Bitcoin, it's very similar, man. You can see that the chart's starting to flip, bro. And it's starting to go to the upside. Areas we have to compromise on the weekly. Let me turn off all these freaking drawings. You can see that we had that M pattern, and that's why we ended up dipping so hard. Harder than these freaking points here in the middle of the M pattern. But if we do go to the upside, immediate area we do have to beat, and I'm a big fan of using shoulders, Twinkie, of the candles instead of the wicks, is at least 36.44 or 36.38. We beat that shit. I think we should be golden, especially if we hold it all the way up to Sunday. If we do continue to the upside, we do need to beat this next area of about 38.87. Now, as Twinkie stated, we might end up having the Ethereum ETFs go live this week, so that'll be pretty freaking fire. You can see that on the weekly, the EMA ribbon is fanning out, so that means we're going to start getting volatility to the upside. That is bullish, my friends. Bollinger Bands. Which areas are the Bollinger Bands keeping us in, or where are we boxed in? Usually, for the most part, a lot like this candle here, you can see that it's trying to approach that white portion of the EMA ribbon, and that means, yeah, shit's getting really hot, and we ended up dumping to the downside. So if we take the same concept, we could probably pull up all the way over here to about 44.76. Not saying we're going to go that high in the immediate time frame before we start shrinking back down. That's the maximum amount the EMA ribbon is going to give us, as per what I'm seeing on this chart. And that is the data on ETH, cats. That is the data on ETH.
All right, so Boogie, without doing a whole bunch of analyses and the like, because I'm going to slightly cheat here and say I've looked at a few things, but you got any kind of like ballpark estimations on where you think we're headed for ETH once those ETFs are actually live? And let's say as we get, let's say right around election time, where you think we might be on ETH. And hey, again, we're just kind of spitballing here, taking some shots in the dark on this. It's fun to sometimes prognosticate. I think numbers are going to be up. That's number one. But yeah, you got a range in mind you're thinking of?
You're talking about immediate time frame or all time high?
Let's go with
December?
let's go with by I don't know, around October. Where do you think it's headed?
I think October, bro, we're going to be approaching about 64 to 65.
Okay.
And that's me being conservative. 64, 65. I said the beginning of October. October in itself usually is pretty bullish historically. If you look at the charts where you see, well, not charts, but if you look at the table graphs where you see which months have been consistently green, and it's always October, bro. And that's why they call it Uptober, if anything. And then I do believe we are going to get a Santa rally in December as well, bro. It would not surprise me, man. We start approaching that fucking $8,000-$9,000 mark, bro, on Ethereum around late December, especially for the Santa rally. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think markets, if Donald Trump does win, and I think that's really going to dictate how far we're going to run with this crypto cycle. If he does win in November, bro, dude, we're going to start pumping. We're going to start pumping hard, bro. Now, mind you, be advised, I do believe that the Democrats will probably try to tank the economy so that way when Trump inherits it, or they're going to try to hold it, and then when Trump inherits it, they're going to try to fucking rug pull on him, bro, to make sure that everything looks bad. That way media optics make Trump look bad, if anything. But nobody falls for fucking traditional media anymore, bro. Majority of the population, especially our crowd and the people following us, they usually follow alternative media and things of that nature.
Shout out to Elon Musk, man. Like Twitter. Coming around to Twitter, I want people to think about this. The news of Biden stepping away from the presidential race, it was not through his own press release. It was not a press, well, I guess Twitter technically, but it was not a press conference, right? It wasn't on mass media. It was a screenshot and a comment from the president on Twitter. Elon, my most favorite agent of chaos on that one. What a wild card that guy's been for humanity.
How much is he aping into Trump's campaign, bro? Monthly?
There's something like 45 mil a month, I think, to like the pack on that one. So again, what an interesting guy that was. Just think about that, right? If he did not buy Twitter, just think about everything that would be further suppressed in the narratives we would have today. But shout out to him. Yeah,
if you guys know anything about the androids, Mark Zuckerberg, bro, he's been saying that Donald Trump looked pretty cool after he survived this assassination attempt. Of course, he doesn't want him to come after him, bro, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
No. So he's going to play on.
I don't expect Facebook to be suppressing shit this time around. You know what I'm saying? But then again, 4 years ago, Facebook was a big time thing. I don't think so much now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe for like some of the older members of the audience, for the younger kids and whatever, it's it's TikTok and whatever else. But shit, I'm old now. So a few other quick comments.
Working with Instagram, Twinkie.
It is Sunday, right? And man, how time flies. Friday morning, because I work in healthcare information systems and healthcare IT for my daytime hustle, and I'll hold on to that thread because we're going to come back to that notion in a little bit. just basically like global outages. FAA, a bunch of planes were grounded, flights, banks outages, terminal outages, right? And it's all related to CrowdStrike and updates and everything like that. I want people to pay attention to the news. Keep your eyes and ears open. Watch for some sort of news report that, these records related to who was doing what for Secret Service, security detail, assassination attempts. Sadly, those were tragically and irrevocably lost during this IT outage. I haven't seen anything yet. I am waiting to hear that kind of story hit the news. Very skeptical. Also, I know Alex Jones talked about this stuff, but this to me, a lot of it was like, okay, on the surface, what I'm hearing is basically incompetence. I've worked in healthcare IT for a couple decades at this point. We don't make major changes on Friday mornings for IS and IT systems for exactly that kind of reason. It's never on a Friday. It's long-standing rule. Anyone who's been in an IT shop worth any sort of weight, you just don't do that kind of stuff. Also, the fact that as far as I can tell, there wasn't a sequence of controlled test environments and test rollouts. It was like it got pushed to production. That what happened never should have happened. I encourage people to look into in some of the history of CrowdStrike, how they got a hold of some of the servers used in the Russia collusion hoax, how CrowdStrike is based on for a number of their offices out of the Ukraine. Oh yeah, the whole thing stinks of corruption once you start digging a little deeper into it. But watch for like data to have mysteriously gone missing. I heard too some of the Dominion voting machines, or like whatever their network is out in Arizona, failed related to that update. But I thought those things aren't supposed to be connected to the internet in any way, shape, or form. So to me, this, yes, it may be incompetence to a certain extent, but to me, it looks like test run.
If anything, I concur with you. If anything, bro, picture this: we get consistent freaking outages that again. Over and over and over again as we approach the election. And then on election day, they do the same shit and say, oh, we can't get you the data. And when finally everything comes back online, they're like, oh, look, Kamala Harris won.
Yeah, imagine that, right? Nah.
Yeah, dude, you can't trick the public anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially after what happened in doggone 2020. You know what I mean, bro? Twinksters.
I got real quick. I got detoured on that one. What I was going to say was for Ethereum and looking like, let's say over the next quarter, if you look at the Bitcoin performance right around the ETFs, we had a run up into the ETF confirmed, a little bit of run up. We dropped about 10% in the following week over the span of that following week before we ran up like 65, 67% over the next couple of months. So looking at those numbers, that would just like off the cuff put us at around a 5,200 ETH circa September, October, if that kind of pattern repeats.
Yeah, Twinksters. You had a Rec Capital chart that I asked you to show you.
Let me go grab that. And meanwhile, let me make sure I got the right stuff open here.
While you do that, I'm going to show the gear of the day, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, monkeys. Of course, as per YouTube standards, I cannot be showing any weaponry while I'm going live. Well, not weaponry or firearm. So I'm going to show you my old school battle belt. I used to run this bad boy. It's from SOE here. Of course, you got my freaking Magnum pouch here. I'm running the old school freaking Scorpion holsters from G-Code. And then I got my med kit over here. Of course, one of my holsters that I would rock. Of course, this has gotten a little bit older. And I decided I want to upgrade. So I moved on to a new Ronin tactical fucking belt. So now I gotta migrate all this stuff that I have on here to this sucker, bro. And this seems like it'll make me a little bit more mobile, bro, and I won't have so much clickety clack around me, if anything. Sucker ran me for about $198. And it comes with this internal Velcro belt. So you can attach this to your regular belt loop, and then you just put the sucker over, man.
Nice.
The gear, I do like it. I think it's gonna work great. Just be careful, man. If you tighten up the Cobra belt too much, bro, it's gonna be a difficult motherfucker to take off, if anything, bro. I'm saying. And that covers the equipment review of the day, son. What you got there, features?
Yeah, so I got that Rec Capital chart there. I just had to flip to the right tab on this one. So we got quite that candle, right? That posted up, and I think where we close the weekly on that. I can go flip over to it. I think I got it on the BTC chart.
For the weekly, we closed at 68,380, bro.
Yep. So if you look back several weeks back, let's say to not our preceding green candle, but that is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, like 7 weeks back on that. So 6 weeks back, you got that red candle. You can see we're punching into that candle and into the lower edge of the like 7 weeks ago green candle. So it's we'll see what it looks like over here. I think Jay was talking over on the DGen Roundtable team. He's seeing a bullish flag printing on that one. I'll have to go back and check their stream. I was listening to it briefly on our pre-show as we were getting queued up over here. So yeah, go shout out to the DGen Roundtable guys. They're always really good to us. Go give them a listen with their stream. I know they were posting their thesis. I'll be tuning into that one on Replay Gang. But showing a lot of strength here, I think, overall for it. And we'll see where things are going. I got to love the crypto space, right? Just how quickly we pivot and swing from fear to greed in the space. You know, just a couple weeks back, oh my God, is it over? Should I sell out of everything and just try to preserve my capital to, woohoo, we're going to the moon? And it's just interesting to see how quickly sentiment will pivot on that. Any quick comments on the Rec Capital chart here? Who's, again, Boogie and I follow this guy. Great analyst, great information. Highly recommended you give him a follow on Twitter.
Yeah, you can see, man, that if you guys look at the chart, man, I know a lot of you cats are not TA guys, but if you look at the chart, you see those 3 blue circles. Those 3 blue circles talk about areas we needed to compromise, and you could tell with the recent green candle or the last green candle you're seeing, which is a weekly candle, represents 7 days. We did end up compromising that middle circle and the first circle. So that means, yeah, we're going to the upside, man. Those are the areas we needed to beat.
Cool. Let me pull this one up because I mentioned it earlier.
What the fuck, bro?
Back 2001, Montel Williams. So Montel Williams is the purveyor and harbinger of our doom. It's all his fault.
Oh my gosh, bro. Kamala, man. What are you doing, bro? Who knows, Twinkie? She don't look as attractive as the girl on the right, homie, or on my left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I'm just saying he was doing like he I guess Kamala must have been his side chick or something, or maybe multiple side chicks.
I want to see where I can't see his hand, bro. I want to see where his hand's at.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Anyway, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Fun little factoid.
There you go, cats. That's some fucking elbow right there, bro. With Kamala. You know, where I'm from, bro, they actually call her Kamala Harris. So, for you guys that don't understand, that means, oh, what a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Kamala. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go, man. That's the way the Hispanic community called them. I see 38 people in the chat. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. At the bottom, I have Mr. Angry Twinkie's freaking link to his YouTube channel. Make sure you guys follow him too, bro. Let's look at the chats, Twinkie. What do we have here, man? We got a couple
here,
man.
A lot of chatter tonight, and it's just we're heating up. Crazy times.
Yeah. Ivan Ramirez, we already covered him. Let's see. I'm here for the tech. Yeah, of course we talked about that. We got mother frickin' doggone Will. How long till I can super chat you guys, man? Give it some time, bro.
Okay, Boogie, we were talking this about like off stream over the weekend on this one. So Trump has floated, hey, tips are not taxable, right? Like if you can get it his way, well then fuck that. Pay me minimum wage. The rest of my earnings are all tips.
Fuck it. I like it, man.
Yeah. So we the sooner. Yeah. We're working on it.
Man, fuck it. It is what it is, man. I'm all for that, bro. Fuck yeah. Will Stevenson. Also, Boogie, when are you gonna film an M134 Magnum? For you cats that don't know, that's a minigun, bro. That'll cost me a good about 2 minutes? Talk about $7,000, bro. Give or take in ammunition costs. Yeah, man, straight up freaking Jesse the Bot Ventura with that shit from Predator, bro. You know what I'm saying?
well, there you go, Boogie. You know, maybe you'll take your crypto earnings and buy an ammo company.
Yeah, I should do that, bro. Maybe I'll buy a freaking doggone Winchester or something like that.
Yeah, figure it out.
Robert Kiyosaki said Kamala is a walking house plant with knee pads. Oh, yeah, bro. Fucking, dude, that's some poetry right there, bro. That's some Edgar Allan Poe shit right there, son.
Yeah, it does have a flow about it.
Fucking DB Zen, bro. Hey, welcome to the channel, bro. FTM will rip.
Yeah.
This is another freaking Trump holder, man. People are really freaking bullish on this shit, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, political coins, they move too quick for me to really be on. So it's not a space I play in personally. But yeah, I think if you're ready, if you're on the ball and you're watching that stuff, definitely an opportunity there.
I concur. Justice Washington, I'm going to 8 more into ILV. Charlie compared IOV under $100 to ETH 2017 bull run. He's not lying, bro. As a matter of fact, when we were at the bottom of the bear run, I was like, all right, man, do I pick Solana or do I pick IOV? And I was like, I understand that they're different coins and they do different things. I was like, I'll go with IOV, man, because it's probably going to rip harder, bro. And a smaller market cap.
So again, with all those things, right, with potentially you can get, potentially, more gains out of that, which is to say, yes, it is a bit more risky, I would argue, than Solana, but you can put less money into it initially and in turn make more money as a result if it does even half of what we think it's going to do.
Yeah, man. So food for thought. My amigo here, freaking larger than charge, looks like a size 30 to 32 belt. You're actually right, man. It is a size 32 belt, bro. You're pretty good at this shit, larger than charge. What else we got here, man? Hey, we got the freaking TA Ninja from DGen Roundtable. What's up, gang? Shout out to you, amigo. We got my amigo Zenith, another individual from DGen Roundtable. You guys, welcome to the party. And look who we have here, mother freaking Karn. I'm so happy to be in the good timeline. Hey, we're about to get into the good coins, man. We're only 51 minutes in. Here we go,
it's
2 more hours.
It's definitely an interesting timeline. Real quick, I want to acknowledge.
There's too much data this week.
Everything's heating up.
Look what we got here.
Hey, what's going on, Sloth? Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, man. You're saying, Twinkie?
Yeah, I was going to say, I just want to real quickly acknowledge Moonpill's follow-up question. He's talking about doing 50% into ETH Sol and 50% into layer ones. Moon, I think that's a fairly stable, predictable play overall on that. So that to me, that would on the surface indicate you're looking something, okay, some level of moderate risk, but generally looking for something more stable. Yeah, I think it's totally fine.
Not to mention, bro, if you cats already have fucking ETH, bro, and you got plenty of ETH, one of the freaking degen things you can do, bro, that's not too risky, bro, is instead of aping into more ETH, go ahead and ape it into Solana. Not financial advice, by the way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Solana has proven itself, and the VCs are going to keep backing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. You got some you got some good choice there, good taste, Sloth, on that front. So, all right, Boogie, I think we're probably cruising over towards Solana, right?
Yes, sir. Let's move on.
Cool. All right, let me pull up just a real quick chart on my side. I just want to call people's attention to this one. It's nothing terribly revelatory or earth-shattering, but I think maybe some folks aren't necessarily looking at it, and it's not insano, but it is something I am kind of watching in the background just to see how it shapes up. Let me know when you got it.
You talking about Twinksters? Solana?
Yeah. So I got a Solana chart, but it's not the Solana price chart. What I got over here is the Solana dominance chart.
You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, please. Just so I can briefly talk through it. And okay, cool. So you see, we got like this really long-term trend line. As long as we can have, really since roughly Solana's inception, and it's been pretty steady on the up and to the right side of things. So it's floating around 3.5% on that. As far as the overall kind of timing of things, since roughly inception to when we first started kind of getting around that dance floor was like 511 days. Yep. And of course, the market slid down to the bottom of the bear roughly 2022. And then let's just see where we're at today. And it's about, when did it first crack that? 441 days. I'd have to go back. Let's see, that was probably local high-ish, I think, was early March, for Bitcoin and the rest of the market, and there was a bit of a grind down on alts, and now we're kind of flirting with that range again. Anyway, what we see here is overall Solana's pretty consistently been grinding in an overall upward trajectory. Now, do I think just kind of following the line or this ray as it is?
Pretty chart there, Twinkie.
Do I think that it's going to take 29% dominance by 2026 or whatever, 30%, 37%? Personally, no. I'm also not going to sit here and say it's not out of the realm of possibility. And so I know there's some different analysts out there on the internet and that take a look at, okay, well, how much Solana do you need to retire potentially, based on your country of origin? It's a really interesting study. It's the Invest Answers guy. James, I don't necessarily agree with everything he puts forward, but it's a fun segment he does periodically on that front. Solana's not going away anytime fast. Love it, hate it, and people have some very legitimate gripes with it in terms of centralization, VCs, network going down. It is fast as shit. It is cheap to run. That counts for a lot currently and for the foreseeable future. And we cover a number of different tokens. I know a lot of folks in the community are inclined to agree. The future is inevitably multi-chain. And I think what we'll see over time is increased specialization of chains, more private chains. So you've got the Boogie chain, you got the Twinkie chain, you got the Degen Roundtable chain, you got the Citadel chain, the Moongang chain. Some of them will be tweaked for assorted performance characteristics, and or people or entities just want their own unique level of control. And those chains may take the form of, okay, it's truly its own L1, or it's an L2 or L3, or it's multi-chain solutions. I look at this kind of, again, coming from an IS and IT background, where there's certain things we do on certain platforms because that platform is optimized for that function. And right now, Solana is overall kind of winning the fast and cheap aspect of it. So I don't think we're going to be talking about directly Pulse Chain tonight, but the whole it's cheaper, faster, better Ethereum. I don't think that narrative is really working out. I don't think the airdrop narrative is really worked out. I think what we should be arguing for on the Pulse chain side of things, and different chains will have their own narratives. Hey, it's a decentralized freedom chain. I think that's something people can get behind, especially coming out of this election cycle. So here's my thoughts on that.
It looks like it's like the new Binance, if anything, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But it's interesting to see the overall grind upward that Solana on dominance has had, and we'll see if it holds this trend line over time. Certainly I'm just gonna, which reminds me, I got to label my trend line so I know when I come back to it next time when I initially drew this out. But wanted to call the audience's attention to that one. Certainly keep your eyes peeled. I think it is very likely, Solana is going to continue to take away some market share from some of the other chains.
Not to mention that, Twinkie, that freaking doggone Robert Kiyosaki, bro. He's a big time Solana holder, bro. Yeah,
and one of my favorite tokens is on Solana, so it is what it is.
Yeah, man. We got my amigo here, Kylo Tren.
Hey.
My two favorite DJs. It was popping, man. It was popping. Mr. freaking Kylo Tren, son.
T.O. Kyle, congratulations to you and your brother and your family.
I like the way you say that, Twinkie. T.O. That's pretty fucking G, bro. That's pretty fucking G, if anything. Let's go ahead. Stand by here. Bear with me 1 second, Twinkie. Un segundo. And Mr. Kyle, you are now a moderator, son. You have now been knighted by
one of us.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the freaking.
Welcome to the party,
gang. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Z, Solana, fast and cheap. I concur 110%, man. 110 fucking percent, bro. Wrench Gan, Kylo Tren, man. There you go, homies. Boom, son. Boom. All right. Let's move on to the Solana fucking chart. Let's see what we got here with Sol. I've got Solana on, and mind you, Twinkie, I knew this girl, bro. She was from California, and she was a big-time beachhead, bro. And she would say, bro, that Solana Beach and Cali is amazing. Hence, they say that's why they named Solana, because of Solana Beach, bro.
Yes. Yeah. I've heard that story as well, yeah.
I've never been there, bro. I heard it's beautiful, bro. But then again, I mean, you cannot compare that to freaking of course, the beaches of Hawaii, bro. I used to live in Hawaii, bro. You're not going to beat that, son. It's going to be very difficult to beat the beaches of Hawaii. But nevertheless, I acknowledge it's a lot prettier. You know what I'm saying? That's than your conventional beaches. Currently, Solana is at $181.90. And check this out, Twinksters. It has been ripping to the upside, if anything, bro. And it will continue that. It will continue that way. It looks a lot like your chart, like the Bitcoin, like the Solana dominance chart. Areas we do have to compromise in the immediate time frame. $188. We may end up doing that tomorrow, man. $8 is not outside of the realm of possibilities where we do need to go, man. Now, mind you, if we continue climbing, we do need to beat this area of 210. I think Solana will probably get up to $1,200, bro, all-time high. This is not financial advice. Lowballing it, I think it'll be around $800 to $7, bro. Ballpark. You know what I'm saying? If it goes on the low end. And Solana, unlike Ethereum, bro, has already flipped on the EMA ribbon. And you can see that we're starting to get a significant fan. The way the fan's starting to look, it looks like it's going to start pulling up this way while this pulls this way. So a little bit of the effect, per se, this way. And then this sucker will go this way. So that means if that fans out, you're going to get a lot of fucking volatility to the upside, man. Which is badass if you're holding some of that Giga Chad that me and Twinkie have been advocating for, bro. Because Giga Chad Don't dump, son. You know what I'm saying?
It's been remarkably resilient. It's
Yeah. We'll cover that one definitely, bro. You can see on the Bollinger Bands, as per the Bollinger Bands, what's the highest we can end up ripping to, at least in the immediate time frame? You're talking about 216, bro, before we end up pulling back. Does that mean we'll get to 216? Maybe, possibly, bro. But a lot like the other coins I showed you cats earlier, you can see that we're forming a little bit of an Elliott wave as well. And you're going to see that consistently, bro, especially if you're into technical analysis. We pulled up here, pulled back down this way, and you can see that we're currently on a small Elliott wave 3, which will probably shoot us into fucking price discovery, if anything. Let's go over to the weekly on Solana, and I have a dedicated chart for that. Present, share screen. Let's go over to the other Solana chart, and this sucker is on the weekly. And you can see that I drew up that Elliott wave chart. Of course, let me pull this to the side so you guys can see a little bit clearer, man. Now, every line represents and every candle represents weekly support or weekly resistance. And you can see that the area that we're going to start pushing up on, and we may end up having a little bit of problems, is here at about $200 to about $199. Not only that, the round numbers themselves, like $200, is a psychological level that we do have to beat, and then we would have to hold it for an entire week. And I'm assuming that we would probably trend inside this freaking, I would call it this channel here, Twinkie. It would not surprise me if we oscillate within this channel right here. You know what I'm saying? Come up here, keep bouncing around a little bit before we continue rallying to the upside. If we activate our EMA ribbon, dude, we're already fucking bullish, dude. And you can see that it's significantly fanned out. We pushed halfway into the EMA ribbon, and it seems like we're about to rocket ship into the upside. Bollinger Bands until the same shit I had mentioned earlier, except on the Bollinger Bands for the weekly, you're talking about 246 to 250, which is the top of this box here, bro. And if you look at the history on Solana, you can see that the area that I'm comparing it to is the cycle tops via shoulder on the candle. If you count the top portion of the candle, you're talking about 260, 261. So food for thought, monkeys, food for freaking thought. Now, Twinksters, in your opinion, and this is a tough one, bro, would you ape into Solana now?
Personally, no. My bags are packed for Solana, personally.
All right, let's say you didn't have Solana. You had plenty of ETH.
Yeah, and the way I'm going to play the game personally at $1,000 versus $10,000 versus $100,000 may shift, right? Just because as your total overall portfolio size gets bigger, you don't need to chase bigger moves. When you got less money to work with, you somewhat do have to be a little more aggressive in some of your positioning to try to gain some of those multiples. So let's hypothetically say I'm walking in today and I got 10 grand of dry powder, and I've already got, I'm comfortable with my ETH bag. I'm trying to figure out where I'm putting stuff next. What I'm asking myself is, am I looking for something that's a bit more stable? And like, what is my personal level of risk? Just personally, I'm going to take like 80% of that and put that in something I think is more probable. So I might throw overall 8 grand into Solana if I don't hold any today. And I wouldn't necessarily throw that in one shot. I do want to acknowledge there's a question from Make Money. Shouldn't we get some sort of cool-off pump and chop after this recent Trump pump? I think so. I think numbers go up, numbers go down, but ultimately, overall, it's largely going to be up and to the right? So like our lows may get higher. And so I know we talk a lot of times, hey, try not to buy on a green day, try to buy on a red day. Generally, I agree with that, but as the market gets hotter and hotter and it's more up and to the right, you're just going to sometimes have to make a choice. I'm not sitting here saying like go ape your stack on a green day when it's like printing a Hulk Dick Giga Godzilla candle. I am saying sometimes the buying into something that is on a green candle, it's not inherently wrong, a personal opinion. And that's simply because if those lows keep getting higher and higher, you could have bought it here on an upward trend versus now this low is up here. So you're out that opportunity cost. When in doubt, DCA. Yeah, you ain't got to ape it. You can DCA. You can selectively and aggressively DCA on that. And the bigger the amount I'm putting in, the more I'm gonna. That's one of the things I learned over since 21 is if I'm putting in a larger amount, I can take longer, repeated, smaller shots. I don't have to ape a fat stacking. I am aping this week. So.
Yeah. There you go. With that mention, Twinkie. With that fucking mention. Well, the thing about it, man, I think the more senior you get within the crypto space, I would at least advise you, man, to learn a little bit of technical analysis, bro. At least support resistance. Learn that shit. And then after your little bit of time in the crypto market, bro, you'll be able to tell, you know what, maybe, yes, this is a green candle. I'm going to go ahead and twist the rules a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and ape in during this green candle. Think if you had done that with Pepe. There was plenty of times within Pepe that I looked at the chart and it was just ripping to the upside, and I was waiting for that motherfucker to pull back, bro. And it would not pull back, bro. Kind of like what happened to me with GigaChat. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It just got away from us.
Yeah, man. And I think with seniority and learning how to read a little bit of technical analysis, at least support resistance, bro. And if you could learn the 20-day cycles, that would be fucking fabulous. You're fucking golden, bro. As far as me, let's say I did not hold any Solana, I will not ape in a fat bag. But yes, I would put in about maybe freaking 25% of whatever I wanted to put in, bro. Maybe a little bit more, 45%. And then I would see which way the market would take me. The way it's going right now, I do think we are going to compromise that one area, especially as we approach the fucking the upcoming Bitcoin conference that's coming up, where Trump and Vance are going to talk. You know what I mean? You also got to look at shit like that, man, and that's more of a perspective from a fundamental analyst. I'm not as good as Twinchers, but you can look at shit like that you can get on Twitter, information that you can easily get on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Boogie, you got your Solana chart handy, else I can pull mine up.
Sure. You want the daily or you want the weekly, son?
Whichever's convenient for you. It doesn't really matter.
Let's go to the weekly. Boom. There you go. I can change it to daily if you want me to, Twinkie.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good on that one. All right. So, can you throw in a MACD on that one?
MACD indicators. Moving average convergence divergence. There you go.
Cool. So, all right. You can see I've been slowly picking Boogie's brain, just trying to, one, better understand how to communicate here with my stream partner, and two, just looking for different patterns sometimes in the data. So you can see once those the MACD crossed and it's been on an upward trajectory, and those track lines have been pretty parallel. So I'm not seeing anything directly there that makes me think, we're going to cool off right now. Again, this is the daily. We can maybe look at certain higher time frames and the like. So one of the things I would also be looking at is figure out your plan. Is your plan, hey, I only need 50% more cash on this position? Is it, I'm trying to make a 10x on it? And so what I do is we talk about like 80-20 rule, right? So maybe I actually do 80-20, and then I do 80-20 of the 20, which works out to 80-16-4. This is my personal strategy. I'm not saying it's better, right, wrong, and different. This is just how I'm personally doing it. I will take 80% of my capital and put it into things I feel are very probable. Maybe that's half of that stack into ETH. Maybe it's Phantom. Maybe it's Solana. Things I feel are very likely to be successful. Could also, I might, like, if I personally put Illuvium in that category, I might throw some chunks in there. Then I'll take 16% of my funds and then put it in things that are a little more mid-risk on the curve on that one. And so maybe of that 16%, I'm taking, I don't know, whatever let's say you're going to put, hypothetically, just to make the numbers easy to work with, if you're going to put $10,000 and you're like, I want to allocate $10,000 to the Solana ecosystem. Personally, I would probably put $8,000 into very strong Solana projects I'm confident in. 1600 into stuff I think is a little more speculative on the Solana chain. So that might be some of those meme tokens and the like. And 4% is going to be for straight up retardation. So on that front. So yeah, I'd throw like $400 and just like degen.
That's not a bad strategy, man. Going into
because so like I put a few hundred into GigaChad just in the spirit of like transparency. I won't throw out some exact numbers. That several $100s is 5 figures now.
Yep.
Right. So like a little bit of money just went boom in what, 90 days? Not even. Shit gets crazy. We'll come out. We'll pick up the overall strategy here a little bit too as a part of tonight's conversation and some future topics as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely, if you don't have any Solana, I would get some. Also, too, you can stake Solana. I don't know what the current rates are. I think it's like a 3-day bonding and unbonding period on that front. It's like nowhere near as egregious as DOT. So if you've got a liquid bag and a stake bag on that, not a bad idea because, side note, I don't hear many people talk about this on certain channels. Solana is inflationary. It is technically, last I looked, unlimited supply on that front.
So there you go, man. That is the alpha on Twinsters. Now, for you cats that don't know what a MACD is, it stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. How the fuck do I reset this shit? Let me remove this, Twinkie. Remove, and I'll come back to it. Indicators, MACD, and I wanted to show you cats how to fuck with this shit. Now, this is the histogram. I really don't like using the histogram too much. Of course, it entails how much volume's coming into the token. And you're like, guys, what the fuck's volume? In other words, how much money people are putting into the market for this token. And the greener the candle, it entails that people are putting in more money. The lighter the candle, that means less money. The same thing with the red candles. The redder the candle, that means people are dumping more. The lighter the candle, that means they're not dumping as much. And I'm not a big fan of the histogram, but if you guys want to use it, go for it. I eliminate this stuff. And whenever you see the blue line above the red line, that entails that we are going to the upside. Usually when you want to buy is when you have the red line on top, kind of like how the way you have it over here. You know what I'm saying, cats? So food for thought, if you guys have no idea how to use the MACD, that's how you do it. And it tells you, for example, and mind you, you can get tricked out. Check this out, Twinksters. It seemed here that we were about to fucking cross, and it bounced off of it and just stayed above it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So you got to look for multiple points, right? Yeah, you can't just rely on a single thing. You're looking for multiple areas of convergence. And so my personal rule is if I'm looking at charts, I'm looking for at least 2 areas of convergence, personally. If I feel solid on the fundamentals and a couple areas of convergence on the charts, I'll take a swing at it.
There you go, cats. There you go. That's a lot of alpha we dropped the few monkeys. Let's move on to the next token, Twinkie, of course, which is within the Solana ecosystem, which is one of my personal favorites and one of your favorites. None other than motherfucking GigaChat, son. And let's remove this sucker over there. You can see that GigaChat on the daily is climbing up, and it continues to climb up. If we activate the Bollinger Bands on this bitch, bro, look at that shit. And mind you, this is on TradingView. You can see that it wants to continue pumping to the upside, and it could probably even go up here to about 2 cents and 58% of a penny, bro. And this motherfucker has been consistent time and time again, bro, and it does not want to pull back. If you guys saw what I had on it earlier today, I was drawing up an Elliott wave sequence on this bad boy, and I was using it, the Fibonacci retracement, to entail which way we may end up going. Of course, you see that I've got it at the top of the fib, which can possibly be, and mind you, this is not guaranteed, monkeys. You're talking about 10 cents. And then we would possibly pull back. We have no idea where that pullback would be. I'm only taking it here for the reason being that we're somewhat sideways oscillating. You see that right there, Twinkie, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, right around that 382. Yeah.
Yeah. So now the person Murad, now let me show you let me see if I have the deck screener one up. No, I don't. Twinkie, can you pull up the deck screener one?
Yeah.
I just want to show these monkeys the doggone freaking the market cap on this bitch. Almost have it.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. Cool. Let me share this out. Be ready to rock. Should be available if it's not up already.
Oh, you got it up?
Yep.
Here we go, son. Here we go. I want to see the market cap on this bad boy.
Cool. Yeah, let me pull this over. 168. It's kind of where it's floating around on that one. So I think I first started publicly talking about this like around somewhere week of March 14th ish on that front. March 14th. I know I definitely was posting up in a handful of chats. If you were in the Citadel or DGen Roundtable, I was like, hey, I'm eyeballing this. I'm probably going to make a move on that front. Let me hide the sidebar over here. So yeah, right around this kind of like roughly this kind of timeline, you would have been able to get in at, what are we at around here? Like 0.8 of a penny and some change. And it's floating around 1.7 cents right now.
Let's see.
So, yeah.
I got in at about, let's see.
That's on the price.
Pretty good price. I got in at about 14.7 million market cap, bro. And
yeah.
Dude, I intended to drop a lot more into there.
You and I both.
Average buy price for me is 2 zeros and a 1.5, bro.
It's not bad at all, right? So like, here's the market cap chart, and you can just see like what an awesome chart, right? Like, okay, I was not in this early, wish I was, right? Because then it'd just be like balling. But we had such a long period overall relative to this market cap and pricing too, right? Let me flip back to pricing over here, right? We had a decent couple areas of consolidation, right? And so this kind of ranged in, ground up, came back down a little bit, had a little bit more of time to accumulate here. I wish I had just been more aggressive on this period of time over here, and then boom, it's off to the races, and it really hasn't come back.
Nah, Twinkie, you're telling me, bro. You're fucking telling me, dude. I intended to throw in fucking $2,000 on this bitch, bro. I didn't get.
Oh my god.
I didn't get to do that, man. I didn't get to do that, bro.
So I do want to pull up the ratio chart too, because going back to that notion of like 80-16-4 is how I'm kind of splitting some stuff up here. Maybe my play is I want to use Giga to lever into Solana on that front.
Not a bad move.
Yep. So I would have made a solid gain by just buying Giga around this time frame, and then it's outpaced Solana, so I can flip it back into Solana.
So there you go, monkeys. That's the mouthful
So
right there,
a
bro.
few different ways you can get there, right?
That's not a bad way to get a decent bag of Solana, man. Now, mind you, don't make that majority of your portfolio. This is still, at the end of the day, is a fucking meme coin.
Yep. Could all go away, but some of the things we've covered on previous streams and the like, right? Let me pull up the holder list over here. Right, you can see the dilution's pretty solid in the sense that no single holder is holding more than 1.3%. So okay, well,
pretty decentralized.
No wallet, I should say. No address is holding, right? Somebody could have 10 wallets on here and like be holding 10% on that front. But on paper, and I know last time we were on, we looked at bubble maps and the like, and it looks fairly scattered, which is a good look on it. It's less likely there's a singular entity who's like, oh, Moonpill's buying today. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. And dude, that's not a bad thing when everybody holds only 1%. Not everybody, but a good portion of the population back, because that means they can't dump that hard on your head, man.
Yep.
Then
yeah.
If you guys want to see the bubble chart on this shit, check out last stream we did with Crypto Sloth, man, and we covered it and we showed you guys how to check up the fucking the bubble chart, if anything, man. That's a pretty damn good tool as well. You know what I mean?
Cool. What do we got next, Boogie?
All right. Let's drop the alpha, Twinkie.
Which one? You want to do like that new thing I'm eyeballing?
Yeah, let's do that one, man.
Cool. All right.
Let's go with the Ethereum one, and then we'll explain to them fucking the market cap thing
Sure.
that they have wrong on it. Of course, here you guys can see, man, that this is it's AXGT, and it's on wrapped Ethereum, but you can also get it on Arbitrum, so the fees are a little bit cheaper. Mind you, the market cap is wrong on this, and if you check it out on CoinGecko, which Twinkie is going to pull up right now, it's only around 24, 25 million market cap. And this is the weekly chart on this bad boy. Now, the data that I do have on it, there's not much, man, because, dude, it's only been out for a little while. You can see on the, let me take this shit off. Bear with me. Un segundo. Areas we do need to beat is about 22 cents. And the all-time high on this bad boy is about 96 cents. Now, Twinkie does have pretty good fundamental analysis on this bad boy, but I wanted to show you guys both charts. We initially started here at about, 35% of a penny? Now, let me take you over to the daily so you can see a little bit more detail as to which way everything is moving. And you can see that we have the 5-day moving average on this bad boy. If we activate the 50, that would be an immediate area of resistance we do have to compromise. And mind you, this is on the daily, but the first place we do need to beat is about 17 cents before we even make contact with that 50. The 100 and the 111 plus the 200 are way above it. So that's the data we have on that. I did want to show you this chart via Arbitrum. And this is the token I was talking about, Moonpill. This is one of the tokens that I was talking about. And of course, Twinksters here is going to drop some alpha on it. Bear with me, cats. Este no es. Where the hell did I put it at, bro? Twinkie, can you pull it up on CoinGecko?
Yeah. Let me hop over to my rig on that one. Cool.
There we go. And yeah, that's it right there. Same one.
Cool. All right. Let me just share this out. So, how did I find Giga? Let me just kind of acknowledge that, because that was one of the things that really started me rolling on this more recent sprint on some stuff. So, and I did it last year too. Back in January 23, I got into Ajax at that point in time. And another project, ALI, which is like a pseudo AI NFT type project, which mixed, right? I'm kind of waiting for certain things. Certainly the ASI merger with like Ajax, Fetch, and Ocean. Anyway, so how did I initially stumble across some of this stuff? Crypto Twitter, right? Just like looking at different stuff and kind of letting the algorithm cultivate certain things, and different analysts I follow. Also, for my daytime hustle, I work in diagnostic informatics, bioinformatics, so dealing with large volumes of data. I'm in the blockchain space on it, so I'm kind of interested in stuff that's like healthcare, blockchain, crypto, AI, and this project satisfied all three. What's up, partner? So in this case, here's the CoinGecko page on this, and you'll see that it does differ from DexScreener a little bit with market cap on this one. So that's current price times circulating supply. So DexScreener is indicating the total supply is out. That is not necessarily true. Here's the fully diluted valuation. So on the surface, you can see there's a solid gap between market cap versus FDV. Well, FDV is largely held in the treasury and isn't really just going to, from what I was poking around to my ability to discern it to the best of my ability, it's not necessarily going to dump on that front, because the way they have it structured is the tokens unlocked per year overall depends on how much daily volume there is, and it continually tries to balance into the liquidity pools to ensure, in conjunction with ETH, it's a 50-50 balance. So it's matching the equivalent value of AXGT from the Treasury multi-sig wallet to add liquidity on that front. So what I was looking for, based on my recent success with Giga, I was looking for stuff that's 100 mil market cap or less, that is kind of unique on this. In this particular case, this is definitely a little bit more, hey, I'm in it for the tech, but it has an intersection of AI, healthcare, crypto type solution, blockchain, and I'm like, oh, this is right up my alley. Let me poke around on this front. And you got a question, Boogie?
No, my bad.
Cool.
My bad. Let me take this off. I apologize about that. Boom.
Yeah, no worries.
Were you showing? Let me pull up yours. I made a mistake. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, this is the AXGT page on CoinGecko. So again, you can see the market cap here is a little bit different than the FDV. Again, that is due to current price by circulating supply, so that it does not match what DexScreener is claiming. Again, it's unlikely to dump on people's heads based on my research, because again, they are cultivating their crypto, so to speak, into the liquidity pools from their treasury, and that is contingent upon the daily volume, and it's perpetually trying to balance against ETH and maintaining a 50-50 balance. So it is somewhat of a dynamic drip feed. Other stuff here on the charts that you'll see on this one. Let me make sure I got the right thing here. I got price. Cool. Let me go to max. So you can see, there was launch down here, overall 7 cents, pumped up to around 85 cents and sitting at around 15 cents. So it's down around 85% from its all-time high. Seems to be in what I would call an extended accumulation side of things. And again, not financial advice. I'm not sitting here saying ape a fat stack. I am going to personally throw a little bit of cash on this. They are also in the NVIDIA Accelerator program. So they've received some investments from NVIDIA. They were at the NVIDIA AI conference earlier this year.
It's some alpha, guys.
It is a cycle 1 token on this stuff, and they have launched some products. Their team is fully doxed as far as like the head honchos and like on this front. So let me pull up their main page. It is decentralized science. They're claiming 19,500 holders and 5 projects under development. Let's see here. Here's just some of their overall phases that they're working through for different projects. They want to aggregate data, train some AI models, and make the data and research overall available to the public through some level of monetization over here on this. You can see they've got certain grants through Polygon. There's the NVIDIA program I mentioned earlier. A couple different audits on this front. And so how are they ultimately working with this? The voice project is launched on this one. So they're starting to collect voice data. They want to study people's voices to look at and identify things like early onset Parkinson's, PTSD, and stress. So maybe they sit there and they say, I don't know, hey, Large, based on your voice pattern and us comparing you to all the data we have, there's a 27.2% increase since the last time we measured you that you are facing some form of PTSD and like. And they have different platforms they're planning on utilizing for this, looking at psychedelics and some of the impacts on brain's speech. Also, an adverse reaction monitoring system for like, hey, look, last few years, I think it's a legit concern with the clot shot and stuff like that. So it is a governance token, not an ownership token. This allows them to work around the SEC concerns on that front. Here you can see that they have some different business partners on that front. Boston Labs, which is up here in the Northeast, HP HP, TensorFlow, which I believe is, I want to say that BitTensor Tau project on that front. And yeah, so pretty interesting project. I am going to poke around slightly more. I am most likely, based on my early research, going to be taking a position in this. Again, it is AXGT, not financial advice. Look, one thing I've learned in the crypto game, being early is just as fatal as being too late, right? So it is possible this is entirely too early. Maybe it's one cycle out. We'll see what it is. Don't ape a fat stack into it, but I am going to take a position in it most likely. Certainly if you're in some of the chats or following me on social media, I will post something up if and when I do. I'd say 85% likely I'm going to put some funds into this.
So there you go, monkeys. That's the alpha on that. Now let me pull up the chart on it on the daily, and you could see this is where it seems like we're oscillating sideways. And mind you, this is on Arbitrum. It's wrapped ETH on Arbitrum, and here is the contract address. I'm going to drop it for you, monkeys. AXGT, and you guys can get it on Arbitrum. Share for you cats right here, and I'm also going to give you guys the deck screener on it because this is an alpha that I do want you monkeys to have.
I'll throw the official page too in the chat so people can eyeball it and make an informed decision for yourself. But again, for me, it scratches the itch and has like that intersection. Also, they got Nvidia investing in them. They've launched a project, right? It's not like a vaporware thing. They're actually building stuff on it.
So now, mind you guys, this is not guaranteed like we did with GigaChad, but nevertheless, bro, it does seem like an enticing project. What really gave me a hard on about this shit is you told me that fucking Nvidia dropped 10 million on this bad boy, bro.
Yeah, based on my research, that was the overall like kind of fund disbursement they got from Nvidia.
Yeah, and you could see that the Bollinger Bands are tightening up a little bit on it. So let's activate the MACD on this bad boy. Let's see how it's doing with the MACD, bro. Moving average, convergence, divergence, MACD. And you can see that it's showing that we're bullish, if anything, and you can see that there's buying going on right now with the histogram. But mind you, there's not a lot of separation between these two lines, so right now wouldn't be a bad time to get in on it. Now, if it does respect these 20-day cycles, let me pull this up, cats. It did seem like we did a 22 here, and we have a little bit of an anomaly at a day 26 after the day 15. And you'll see that a little bit more commonly with altcoins than you'll see it with Bitcoin going all the way up to 86 days as far as its 60-day cycle goes, because they're more volatile, especially a token like this that does not have a lot of history and data behind it. And if you push this shit all the way to day 14, we may end up getting its new higher low or a new lower low, and that would be around July 30th to possibly August 6th, monkeys. So food for frickin' thought. DCA your way into this one, not financial advice. That's probably how I'm going to put dinero into this token. And mind you, it's still at a fabulous market cap. And I do intend to hold it on Arbitrum. You know what I mean? Now, one of the ways to mitigate risk from this is to hold maybe 50% of it on Ethereum and then the other half on Arbitrum, just in case one side rugs. So food for thought, cats. Food for freaking thought. Again, this is not guaranteed. This is a degen play. Do not throw your entire bag into this at all, because then you won't be able to afford Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense from, of course, Dolce & Gabbana. This is a fabulous fragrance, especially for the high heat environment. Smells fantastic. I think they reformulated it. And majority of the time when they reformulate fragrances, they smell like shit, or they've gone down in as far as longevity goes on it. But I've gotten a lot of compliments of this bad boy, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, so Boogie, on the I'll throw another wrinkle into that one. I know you're the fragrance guy around these parts. I take a shower once a year, whether I need it or not. But as far as the fragrance, if they're redoing the formula on it, these days I almost wonder, can they not get the materials or supplies? So they're forced to come up with some variant of it.
Now, I know about fragrances, bro. I know what smells good, what doesn't smell good, price points, clones that last better, live longer, but and unlike the gun community as to how the ATF is trying to regulate the freaking marketplace, I don't know too much details as to how certain agencies are regulating fragrances. And sometimes they end up banning a lot of the ingredients in some of the fragrances, so the fragrance company is forced to reformulate, or due to certain costs going up, like we're about to get with the interest rate hike we're going to get September 16th, you may end up seeing some regulated, for the reason being that certain piece or certain ingredients in it will go up in value, so they accommodate it with different ingredients. And you saw that happen with the Creed line. dude, I love Creed. I'm all for fucking Creed, bro. I think they're fucking a great company, dude. But dude, their products no longer last, bro. And I'm not down paying $500 for a fragrance that's not gonna last. I'd rather just get a clone. And that's probably what's going on with all these other fragrance companies. And it's very rare that you get a reformulation that's better. So Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense, man, definitely a hard hitter. My homie did buy it after I showed him the bottle, but he ended up getting Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, not the Intense. Make sure you monkeys get fucking Light Blue Intense. So food for thought, cats. Smell good, especially during the high heat. Ladies love this one.
So, Boogie, just looking at this, I got a business idea for you, but that was going to be like super secret alpha. Sorry for the stream. We'll talk about it off stream. If we want to talk about it on stream, we can pick it up next week on that one.
Yeah,
I got an idea for you. I don't want people stealing it. Yeah. And you can get, it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, man. Let's do that. Let's do that, Twinkie. Fuck,
cool.
Man.
I think we got one more.
Amazing, bro. I love this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fragrance, bro. So I got the reformulation.
I'm pretty simple. I got some stuff that's like semi-seasonal. What I got? I got like Dolce & Gabbana, the one. I've got like a Burberry Touch for Men. I've got the Mercedes one that they produce. It's like kind of like a vanilla-ish thing. So I'm pretty simple on that stuff. I think I need something that's a little more like citrusy.
You need a daytime fragrance, bro. You're lacking a daytime fragrance. I would recommend Chanel Allure Eau Sport or Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, bro. This is all around. Great for the gym, great for dates, great for high heat, bro. Great for the evenings. This motherfucker is a banger. If I had to reset to any fragrance, it'd be this one. The only setback about Chanel, man, you're not gonna get it for cheap, bro, at all. You're gonna pay $150 for a bottle like this. You do need a daytime fragrance, Twinkie. Highly recommend this one, bro.
Yeah. No, I get you, man. Hey, coming out of this run, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to, cover all our bases with colognes and scents.
Yeah, man. Moving on to the next freaking token. Twinkie, I know we didn't talk about this, bro, but since we're dropping so much alpha, bro, and people are still bullish about getting certain coins, and since everything is up, let's talk about Crow, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Crow, 9 fucking cents. That is cheap. When I got it to Crow, I got it at 16 cents, bro. And is this the chart that I used to use? Let me check. Let me go to the weekly, man.
Well, you know what that is to me then, Boogie? Like if you believe in the project, right, and you got funds, or depending on how you want to allocate funds, and this is true for anyone and everyone, right? When the current price is below my average purchase price, if I believe in the project, I'll put some funds into to help bring down my average price point.
Yeah. And if your average price point's already low enough, you're effectively not really fucking aping in a lot of money. Well, you're aping in a lot of money, bro. But per se, you'll still be good to go because
you're just increasing supply. You're not really messing with your average point. Yeah.
Check this out. This is 2021, bro. I bought here at about 15 cents. I sold here. I sold, around this area, bro. So there you go, cats.
Nice.
I bought it here. You monkeys are getting it here. Again, look at this shit. You're getting it here. I bought it here back in 2021 and I sold it here. I would not be surprised this token goes all the way up to fucking $3, $4, bro. $5, bro. So what? $3? What's that? A 30x, bro? From where it's at right now?
What's the current price point?
9 cents.
$3? Yeah. So it'd be about a 30x on that.
There you go, monkeys. And you can see that the EMA ribbon is, again, it's bunching up. It has not yet flipped the same way Solana's flipped, and it is an altcoin. Bitcoin and Ethereum are in the same trend this is in right now, bro. So right now is a great fucking time to get some Crow, especially if you cats are looking for something to buy because everything's already ran on you. You got CRO, man, and you know that exchange is not going anywhere because it survived the recent fucking bear run we had. So food for fucking thought, man. This is one of the exchanges that survived. Now, mind you, I would not keep it on the exchange because what crypto.com a lot of times does, bro, you keep your coins on the exchange, the coin's fucking pumping, they only let you sell a small portion of it at a time. Pull it off the fucking exchange and put it in your wallet. Do not keep it on the fucking exchange, bro. And they'll incentivize you by getting their credit cards or their debit cards, and they'll make you lock it for 4 months, and then it ends up freaking dumping, and there you go, man. Yeah, you got some free Netflix with it, but shit, dude, it's at a great value. I'm saying?
Yeah. So coming back around to that, so let's say for the audience, right? You do your own analysis, and maybe you agree with the notion it goes to $3. Maybe you think it goes over. Maybe you think it goes under. But just figure out where you think it's going to go on that front. Just looking at some numbers, let's hypothetically say you're buying in today at around 9 to 10 cents, and it does go to $3, right? We'll call it like a 30 to a 33x. Just to break down the math for you, if you put 10% of your funds, 10% of your portfolio into this, and it does something like a 30 to 33x, you have effectively done a 3x on your entire portfolio. That's how the math works out, right? So all of a sudden, again, going back to that earlier notion here with like position sizing and being disciplined and making some wise choices and some intelligent pot shots type things, small amounts of money can very quickly turn into large amounts of money and change your portfolio for the better.
Significantly, bro. Significantly, bro. And mind you, Twinkie, we've been covering, okay, Ethereum's a little bit high, bro. Bitcoin's a little bit too high. We covered GigaChat. It's already at 168 million market cap. XGT is good to go too, man, and it's at a small market cap, which is a volatile play. It's risky. But then you look at Solana. Solana is decent of a play. This is one hell of a fucking play, I think. Pro.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
This is one hell of a fucking play. CRO is where it's at, son.
Yep. I think it's also going to be a useful indicator for the state of the market.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, Twinksters, because once we get back to about 30 or 40 cents, let me turn off this EMA ribbon. Let's put the sucker on the weekly. Once we get up to about 30 or 40 cents, or around this area here, you know, bro, retail's back. Because retail people or normies, you tell them, hey, you need to go buy some crypto, and they're thinking about crypto.com.
Yep.
And you ask them, hey, which coin did you buy? Crypto. You told me to buy crypto. No, bro, which coin did you buy? Crypto. I told you I bought crypto. Like, what are you talking about, bro? And then they pull up the app. Crypto? The crypto.com, I bought that token. Because they're normies, bro. And when this comes back to 30 to 40 cents, you know retail's back. So food for freaking thought, monkeys. Food for freaking thought. And the high point we did get on this sucker, as per OKX, you could see that we got up to 95 cents on this bad boy. Of course, that's with the wick. So food for thought, cats. Food for freaking thought. There you go, man. There you go. Next token we are going to cover, and I know this is a longer stream than normal, bro. It's just too much alpha and too much shit going on this week. And we have to drop alpha on you cats before the week fucking rallies too hard. That way you guys get your buying opportunities, not financial advice, educational purposes only. Let's move on. What do you want to do, Twinksters? Alluvium?
Yeah, we can do Alluvium, and then I think we got Alluvium and Jewel.
All right, Alluvium. Currently, Alluvium is at $74.96. You could tell that we went into the depths of hell, and now we're starting to push back up, bro. Currently, we are at about day 17 of its 20-day cycle. It may be that our cycle high was on this day here. Which was pretty much today. You know what I'm saying? And we're printing the new UTC candle, so I think we'll probably end up resting at this line about $71.70. This white line here at about $71.40. That would be a good area for it to rest before we continue our trend to the upside. $74, $70, not much of a difference, bro. I think you're still good, bro. I estimate this token at its most bullish. Of course, we do have a little bit more alpha. We could run all the way up over here to about $9,000, bro. 8,654. Of course, I would go ahead and fucking start DCAing out once it hits about $6,000. That's just me. You know what I mean? I do know this token's got a lot of potential. The all-time highs on it last time around was at about 1919. So do a 3x from there, $6,000. Take some profits right there. Or if you want to, man, want to replenish what you invested, you can take some profit here too. You know what I'm saying? At the all-time highs. Or on the way up. That's what it's for. You know what I'm saying? If we activate our EMA ribbon on this bad boy, you can see that we're still a little bit bearish. And bearish in the sense that the yellow portion of the EMA ribbon is about to flip the red side, the same way you guys saw in Chronos. It looks very similar to that. So this is also a very good buying opportunity. Twinkie, you wanted to mention something?
Yeah, they got that game coming out, official release later this week on that front. If you are in the Citadel or Crypto Mindset course, I think you're aware of an interesting conversation to be had this week. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, Illuvium, I've streamed a few times over on my channel. I see Karn sitting here saying like, man, ILV is going to make my year. Just hearing 6,000 makes me experience vertigo. So I think Karn has been in some of the same meetings I've been in where we've seen some of the very optimistic projections, which I think they're a little too optimistic for me. Karn, my personal optimistic projections around $11,600 on that. We'll call it $11,600. $685.27. That's what the tea leaves told me. But that's my more optimistic one. But look, from where it's at, I've flown now like mid 70s, give or take on that. Even if it goes to half of all time high, right? We're still grabbing a 10x on it. It's a great play. It's a great opportunity. Again, am I putting my whole stack in it? No. Am I taking a solid ILV position? Sure am.
Yeah, Twinkie, I want to show the trailer on this bad boy if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's do this shit. Let me prep this. There you go. I think this is going to be fucking fire, bro. I think this is going to do really good. Let me see here. Vamos a ver. Bear with me, Twinkie. Bear with me, homie. Like I said, I think this is going to do really good, bro. Let me see. Let me pull this sucker up.
Yeah, I think I'll probably stream like the official release game probably late this week or maybe over the coming weekend. I did play the beta a few times. Pretty entertaining.
Here you go. It is, and it just came out 7 hours ago, according to this. So
yeah, for the trailer, yeah.
Enter a universe of games. Mine and harvest resources and power your journey. Customize your unique ranger. Explore vast regions. Discover countless mysteries, rich lore, and complete your missions. Join the hunt for rare creatures. Gather vital resources to repair your ship and ensure your survival. Capture over 200 unique illuvials. Craft weapons and armor, fuse your units, and build an unstoppable team. Enter the arena. Challenge fellow Rangers in epic battles. Prove yourself in Gauntlet, an 8-player battle royale. Climb the ranks and claim your glory. 3 games, 1 universe. This is Illuvium.
there you go, monkeys. July 25th.
So what you got to do is enslave your kids and force them to grind the game. So you get the NFTs, you get the materials, and then you can sell them for gains.
There you go, cats. A lot of alpha right there, man. Next token, of course, this is a risky one, bro. And I apologize for you cats for not having a prettier chart on this, but fuck it. I said today may be the last chance to give you guys this alpha before the market starts running, man. And that is none other than fucking Jewel. Jewel currently did a little bit of a Giga Chad candle, or a little bit of a God candle, what seems like. And it went from the price point of about 12 cents to about 13, almost 14 cents, bro, at about 13 cents and a penny. If we activate the EMA ribbon on this bad boy, you could see that it looks like it's about to flip. And I guarantee you, if I put this sucker on the weekly, it's going to look like shit, but let's check it out. Let me go ahead and take off all these drawings. The EMA ribbon is acting as an area of resistance, by the way, as per what I'm noticing here. But you can see that things are starting to bunch up. That may entail that we're about to frickin' flip, if anything. Twinkie, you had mentioned something about Metis on this. Oh, no, never mind. I think it may be going over to Metis. That's what we found out on the last Crypto Mindset course, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they got a PvP expansion coming to the game with Metis behind the scenes. I was poking around. Looks like Meta's chucked him a few $1 million. Also, they're apparently looking for, or in the process of working with an exchange listing for Jewel.
Jewel, baby.
The chatter I was seeing in the Discord was top 15 exchange, which means number 15, whatever, like if it's like saying like, oh, hey Boogie, you're the numbers, like you're in the top 7 boxers in the world. Okay, bro, you're number 7. Like that's how that works. But it is, Jewel is deflationary since they changed their tokenomics some while back on that front. Yeah. So my play has been to try to accumulate more Jewel. So at around 15 cents, their prior all-time high was in the realm of $22, give or take, depending on kind of where you're looking at it. Some of those wicks, I think, like early days are a little suspicious. Yeah. But like the what I can confirm elsewhere is around $22 from some of the stuff I am researching. AKA, that's like 150x on your money if it goes back to all-time highs. And if it blows through all-time highs, then hey, we are balling. So again, going back to one of the running themes we've had today, a little money can go a long way with some of these different moves. Wouldn't you like to make 100 to 150x on your money? On the other hand, if it doesn't go that way, then you got to be okay with that too.
Yeah, and check this out, Twinkie. And mind you, this is on the weekly, bro. All we really need to do, man, is if you break after this point here, bro, at about 44 cents, then it's just
very little resistance.
Yeah. You'll start getting a little bit of resistance here at about $4.06, and then you can run all the way up to $13. Now, mind you, that's if this project makes it. One thing I do have to mention about this project is that they have been building, bro. They have not stopped building throughout the whole fucking bear run. Yes, the token has been continuously going down. That was with the FUD of fudding or nerfing the Gen Zeros. And I would only imagine that the Gen Zeros right now are at an amazing price. I haven't checked up on them, and it's on the AVAX chain. AVAX pumps, according to Hart's Law, they should pump with it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, because a lot of liquidity bonding and the like. So let's just say, it goes back to like that $13 mark compared to where it's at tonight, right? That's still like a 86, 87x on your money.
So let's look at $10, man. Where would $10 be? You're talking about, that's $13 around there. That would make sense. Give or take $10 to $13 before we even get to the all-time high of about $19. That's a possibility. Again, guys, I apologize for not having a chart ready for you cats. This chart is an old school chart that I would use, and I do need to update it. But I was talking to Twinkie, man, like, dude, we have to mention it to these cats because, dude, it is at a fabulous price. Mind you, do not throw your entire bag into this shit. You will get fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
These are all buying opportunities, if anything.
Yeah. So personally, I am not touching my bags as far as rotations. That's just me personally. If you think you've got a loser, and what would a loser look like? To me, if it's like potentially, it's like, especially if it's like a cycle 3-ish type coin, let's say 2+ cycles, and you're down 80+%, I would at least have a conversation with myself about, okay, like, do I think this project is going to recover all-time high or not? What is my average price point on it? And, what is my play here on this? But in the case of Jewel, again, small amount of money can make a big difference. I know people have different means and different strategies and the like. Again, just to make numbers quick and round, if it goes to like the $13 mark from where it's at today and you threw $1,000 in, that's going to be like $86,000, $87,000. If it goes back up to all-time high, it's probably going to be in the realm of $150,000. Right. So if you only throw $500 in, just cut the number in half. Right. If you throw 250 in, you can cut the number by a quarter. But that's just kind of the quick round numbers on that front.
There you go, monkeys. And you can see that the market cap's only 16 million, bro. So,
yeah, and again, Jewel is overall functionally deflationary.
Yeah, and with that stated, guys, there is no more Jewel that's going to be created into circulation. The only Jewel they're going to end up throwing back at you is if you have it staked within, I think it's the jeweler, bro. It used to be called the bank. And that's the only Jewel they're going to throw back at you. And I'm assuming it's a limited supply they're going to dump on your head, if anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? But food for thought, Jewel is a risky play, but a play that could end up making you a lot of dinero, man. I might end up throwing a little bit more dinero on that. We got my amigo here, M.A. Hey, guys. ¿Qué pasó, vato? What's going on, bro? How you doing,
What's going on, brother?
Look who we got here, man. None other than the Hex Monkey himself.
Hey, good to see you, Monkey. Hopefully we'll catch up with you in a few months in person.
Yeah, man. Now, since we covered all those alpha points, let's move on to the final tokens, which is none other than Pulse Chain. Share screen. Let's go over here to Pulse Chain, son.
So we got that stuff coming up. If you're following either some of the DGen Roundtable Telegram chats or some of the Citadel chats, I do periodically post in there. I am doing every few days. I'll just update some calculations. Hey, based on the price of Pulse and these ratios today, meaning like Pulse X to Pulse or Ink to Pulse or whatever, if Pulse goes to this number, this is what this other number looks like. So if Pulse goes to 1 cent, what does it look like for Pulse X? Or if Pulse goes to 10 cents, what does it look like for Ink? So if you're in those chats, you should join up on those. But you'll see some of those calculations. I post them every few days.
Yeah. You guys can see here, man, that Pulse Chain has been running its cycle pretty damn well, bro. And you can see that we possibly already have a cycle high on Pulse Chain, and that was here on day 10. Currently, it seems like we're dipping down. We're at day 12. It would not surprise me that we stop at about day 14, which would be 2 days from now, and that would be July 24th. And we can end up stopping here, bro, at this price point of about 4 zeros and a 4686. Current value right now, we're at about 4 zeros and a 5012. Pulse Chain still at a real good price. If you were to throw in $100 into Pulse Chain, you'd get 2 million Pulse Chain. I remember Miguel was talking about it used to cost $30 just to get 1 million. So effectively, it's about $50 to get 1 million Pulse Chain. It's still at a fabulous fucking price, dude. Real good price. I would show you guys Pulse X. I think Pulse X is going to run a lot harder, man. Let me take you monkeys to the GoPulse.chart, and I can show you the weekly on it. And I definitely want to cover the Elliott wave sequence on Pulse Chain. And I have it prepped here for you cats. Let's go ahead and go over there.
I would personally have some Pulse just to have a level of Pulse exposure. Personally, if I'm not really deep in Richard Hart tokens, again, I at least want some of everything. Personally, if it's me and like, hey, what am I going to go buy right this instant? I'm going to go buy Pulse X. I'll probably go buy some P-Hex. Those would be my two major grabs. I think Ink is a little more speculative, and there are other ways to get a hold of Ink through some of the farms and the like, but those are on my shopping list right now.
There you go, monkeys. Now, I was talking to Twinksters, and of course, we're not going to cover Hedron today in Icosa, but
go check out last week's stream with Sloth.
Yeah, and Icosa and Hedron. Well, Icosa actually pumped 26%, bro. So it's still at a good price, though, man. Icosa has a lot of potential. So does Hedron. I was telling Twinkie that I've already got a shitload of Pulse Chain. I've got plenty of Pulse X, and I was thinking about buying more P-Hex, and I'm like, you know what, bro? I already got these two main tokens. Why not buy leverage on Hex? And I bought Hedron instead.
Yeah, I did too after that conversation with Sloth. I picked up a little more because I figured like I'll stake some stuff out and yield out some Mycos and whatever else. But anyway, all right. So what are we eyeballing here? You got Pulse.
No problem, man. Shout out to DIY Investing, your homie, bro. He did point this out, and he did notice there was a decent Elliott wave sequence on this, bro. You could see that we went from 0 to 1, and then we came back down to 2. 2 did not invalidate 0 because we did not go below 0's point. So yes, you can technically argue that this would be a valid beginning point for an Elliott wave as we run to the upside. Of course, the 3 portion, we don't know where that's at. This is price discovery. I could be a little bit more bearish on that and put it here, bro. You're talking about running up at least the top portion of its cycle top, at least 573%, bro. Of course, we'd want to beat the candles, the candle wicks. That would put us at about 645%. Can it continue dumping? Absolutely, bro. Mind you, in October, I think it's October 24th or 25th, Richard Hart has his court case with the SEC. And from my understanding, a lot of hexagons are going to show up to that. If we activate our Bollinger Bands on this bitch, you could see that we do have room to run at least to the top portion of this ascending triangle, which would put us at about 3 zeros and a 1-1, bro. It is at a damn good price point. Fuck it. I'll show you guys a little bit of Pulse X. And you can see that the Elliott wave is actually a little bit better on Pulse X, man. You know what I'm saying? It didn't dip as hard, and a lot of that has to do with the buy and burn mechanism we got going, bro. You can see we did a little bit of a freaking God candle there, and it seems we're starting to print a new one on the weekly. If we look at this, go ahead, Twinkie.
Yeah, long-term trend has been really interesting on a lot of the RH tokens, right? I think certain things have definitely been a little more stable. Obviously, we've seen some more. Really, Pulse X has gained a lot of strength against Pulse. Is kind of what it's been. That's been the story on that side of things.
There you go, cats. That is the out. Dude, we covered a shitload of tokens today, bro.
Yeah. Let
Bitcoin.
me leave a little verbal teaser here because I saw that Monkey's ducking through the chat here, right. So we can debate where we think Pulse is going to go. I'll just leave you with these numbers as of this moment. I just did the calculation, back of envelope type thing. If Pulse goes to 1 cent, right, Pulse X will be a little over. It'll be like a little over half a cent is kind of what it'll be, like approaching 0.6 of a cent. Inc would go to $586. P hex would be $1.31, and E hex would be 29 cents. That's if Pulse goes to 1 cent, right? Oh yeah, this is stuff is heating up. We're all watching kind of the ETH, I think, performance. One of the things I'm speculating is Richard's potentially. We'll see to what extent his hands are tied on that front. He's got 170,000, or sorry, the OA has 170,000 with some SAC wallets and other stuff, right? 170,000 units, not dollars, units of Ethereum. And that's without getting into other whales splashing around in the ecosystem. So there's going to be a timing element. If he's going to deploy some of those funds, or the OA is going to deploy some of those funds to buttress the overall ecosystem, I'm thinking watch for, ETH starts getting up around that 7 to 10 grand mark. Yeah, let's watch for some moves on that front. But there's also this ongoing litigation in the background. Hopefully the side we need to win wins for the election, and we can get some house cleaning and move on. Then off to Valhalla.
Dude, how dope would it be, man? If fucking they just get, dude. Richard's case is late October, man. If he could only hold it over 20 more days after the election, dude. Bro.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah.
So let's see what happens with that, man. I think we're going to be fine, bro. Richard will probably start streaming again. I think even if they expand the court case on the Hex Pulse Chain ecosystem, dude, Richard's got too much evidence showing that he didn't commit any of the crimes they're mentioning he committed or any of the violations he committed. So I would say that he'll probably start streaming again. Say, fuck it, bro. I'll go live again, bro. I'm not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Like Shaggy said, it wasn't me.
Yeah, man. I see 52 people here in the chat. If you go to the bottom of the screen, you see Mr. Angry Twinkie's channel. Make sure you click on his channel, subscribe to his channel. If you continue further down in the chat, I'm always posting memes on my story on Instagram. My memes are funny as hell, bro. Make sure you follow me on Insta, and make sure you monkeys follow me as well on Twitter. Twinkie, where else can they get a hold of you, bro?
Yeah. Certainly Twitter is a great spot. Periodically, I do YouTube stream and taking a little bit of a back burner with some personal things I got going on that front. I will do a stream just talking a little bit more about Axe and DAO and some of the other things. And let's say some of the processes I use to help find that. A big part of that, honestly, is crypto Twitter. If you don't have a dedicated account for crypto Twitter, just so you can follow like different analysts, different TA, on-chain, FA, different companies and entities, you're missing out. Like a lot of information does come across my desk through crypto Twitter. I mean, hell, just look at all the information relative to last week's assassination attempts. Going back to the earlier part of the stream, Biden announcing he's dropping out of the race. It's on Twitter. Twitter is, we are the news. That's how it is on that front. But yeah, Twitter, certainly Telegram. I'm very accessible on that front. You'll see me in the Citadel chat and the DGen Roundtable chat pretty routinely. Just like to interact with people, talk, and just bounce ideas by people periodically on YouTube on that front. So if you got questions, toss me a message, or you just want to shoot the breeze, I'm more than happy to talk about. I saw there was some chat about Jason Newsted from Metallica selling some gear. So if people want to talk about music, you want to talk about crypto, AI, yeah, I'm game. Just hit me up.
There you go, cats. There you go. Shout out to my amigo here, Largen and Charge, dropping a little bit of alpha. I know this cat's been following the DeFi Kingdoms space somewhat closely, bro. He mentions DeFi Kingdoms has been working really hard. I can concur with him on that. And then there is a big community defending DeFi Kingdoms, and community is very important within the crypto space. So there you go, cats. We dropped a shitload of fucking alpha. Usually we don't run streams this long, but dude, we have to cover all these topics for you guys because we want to make sure you monkeys win. Not financial advice. This is for only, what did you call it, Twinkie?
Edutainment.
Edutainment. So there you go, man. And we're trying to keep you guys winning. So subscribe to the channel, especially if you guys aren't subscribed, man. It motivates me to keep dropping alpha like this. Will had asked earlier, when do I get monetized? Once I get up to 500 subscribers. Help me get there, cats. Help me get there. Also follow my boy Twinkie, man. And we will catch you monkeys on the flip side, bro. This shit was some fucking alpha. Hit it, Twinkie.